greasy there on the backside of that jump. And Greg Adler's going to lead him to the stripe there alongside R.J. Anderson making his Pro 4 debut. Kyle LeDuc and Eric Barron in row 2. Always exciting between those two. Rob McCachran and Carl Rennesetter fill out row 3.
Moving back to row 4, Ryan Beat next to Brandon Bailey, and then Bradley Morris in his first ever Pro 4 race, alongside Corey Weller, then Jerry Doherty and Todd LeDuc coming from row number 6.
We're all excited to see how these kids do. And R.J. Anderson up there on the front. Such a great talent inside of a truck that Scott Douglas has prepared for him. Douglas here, and here comes Eric Barron. Eric Barron sticking his nose in the middle, 3 wide at turn 1. A little bit of contact, and R.J. Anderson kisses the outside berm.
That was more than a kiss. That looked like a damaging hit.
Oh, what a shame, and we know how fragile the front ends are on these trucks. We're going to watch this one more time. Barron goes in there. Barron gets just a little tap from Adler.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. The Walker Evans Racing Lone Mart Pro 4 looks like it's going to be out before it ever really got started. Woo! Big risk there from Adler, throwing that truck sideways.
Yeah, the audio that you heard was actually Eric Barron, who's a few truck lengths out in front of him, just had that thing pinned.
Oh, and another risky move there for Adler. You got to be careful over jumping that jump there at the end of the front straight, because you can damage these vehicles. They're not indestructible. And right now, Kyle LeDuc looking to make a move here. The 99 Monster Energy Toyo tire truck goes to the inside, rotates Kyle LeDuc style. Maybe not as much rotation as you would have expected there, but a clean pass.
And you can see through turn number 1, actually Greg Adler did a nice job, carried good speed coming out of turn number 1, but Kyle LeDuc, once that thing got straightened out, man, talk about some forward bite. That truck has some grunt for sure. And
there's more commitment from both drivers sideways through that final obstacle.
Tracked him down for sure. Let's go down and get it to Rob.
Yeah, guys, we saw the 77 of Brandon Bailey in and out of the Wildtech hot pits very quickly. If you go back earlier this year, got his first career Pro 4 podium right here at Lake Elsinore. Crew just told me a bent tie rod on the 77, so they decided to go ahead and send Bailey back out on course.
There was kind of a dominoes effect there whenever R.J. Anderson got to that the side of the track there. I wonder if there was some contact, and that's what happened to Bailey. Man, look at the mud.
Woo. That is your Pro 4 champion, the Lucas Oil General Tire sponsored number 17. Locked it up before the final round. I'm sure he'd like to go out with a win, but I'm sure Rob McCachran has something he'd like to say about that. He's chasing him down here, trying to get towards the front of the pack as well.
And 8 wins for Carl Rennesetter coming into this round. 12 podiums out of a possible 14 coming in here. I mean, he's had an incredible season. No doubt about it inside of that Pro 4. And also in the hunt in the Pro 2 category for a championship. So really, all in all, that championship caliber team is right back up to snuff.
Yeah, they really did struggle, and it's great to see them back in championship contention. And look at this. Wow! Huge, really aggressive move by Rennesetter, and as he goes flying by, catches the front of Adler's truck, but
Adler hard on the brakes to keep it from being major contact.
Rennesetter going for it.
Nothing to lose now, right? I mean, the points are settled. We're going to watch this one more time. Carl just down on the inside, really washes up high. And that one's on Carl there.
And a good look, here comes McCachran. McCachran out of Las Vegas, Nevada. In his mid-40s, one of the most talented drivers to ever drive in off-road racing. Also one of the most successful, if not the most successful overall in all off-road racing.
Oh man, big push right there. Never got the truck rotated, and they struggled with that truck throughout the year trying to get it to rotate. Looks like they finally actually have it figured out now. He just wasn't able to do so there. I wonder, you know, he's one of the few automatics left inside of the category. I wonder if they make a change going into 2014 with the transmission.
Ooh, McCachran.
He's definitely not a guy, though, that follows the crowd.
No, he does his own thing. And if he likes the setup, he's going to use it. Doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. And nice, gets it done. See out the side window there, Adler battling But McCachran going to gap him just a little bit as they head into that back step up into the Matterhorn. It's just a thing of beauty to watch these four-wheel drives and the way they rotate. Here's the LAT Oils, number 32. Guess what? Yeah!
These two, I think, would be just as happy in a boxing ring as they would out here on this racetrack. But Eric Barron has a hot rod out here today. That white and red Toyota is screaming, but he's going to have some company here real quick. Here comes Kyle LeDuc.
Kyle not afraid to do work. Barron also willing to really make a wide truck, so we'll see. I would say that if it's going to happen, Kyle will try to rotate underneath him. And here they're both kind of in the same lane.
Well, you can see Eric Barron, I mean, almost every time enters low, washes out high. And Kyle will pick that up if he's able to take advantage of it, and will certainly do so. Start
high and try to come out low.
Yeah, and watch Eric in this last turn. He really does it here, where he'll go down low and then wash up really high.
Oh, and Kyle's trying to make him pay right here.
And he also carries a lot of momentum when he does that. So the LAT-sponsored number 32 is going to beat him to the stripe as they race back to the caution. A debris caution is what we're hearing. Some items out on the track. And if it has anything to do with bars, front bumpers, rear bumpers, fender supports, you know, it's pretty scary. So they've got to make sure that those are cleared up and out of the way. And a lot of times it might look just like fiberglass, but at the bar, the support bar is still connected to the bottom side of it. It's in everybody's best interest to get it cleaned up. So that's what the guys are doing. We'll get them sorted out here and gathered back up. We'll restart them. Stay with us. Pro 4 category being led by Eric Barron here at the Lucas Oil Off-Road Nationals, presented by MAV TV, American Reel. That Toyota out front screamed to the lead in the middle of turn number 1 on the first lap, and has been out front ever since. LeDuc was chasing him down, though, just before the caution flag. Here we go. These two have some history for sure, and boy, what a beautiful run there out of Eric Barron. Let me tell you something, Kyle LeDuc is as good as anybody down that back straightaway, so Barron flexing some power out of that TRD prepared power plant.
And just for, and mistake. There was some contact behind it, but I think Kyle did that all by himself.
You know, he has, the front ends in these things are pretty sophisticated, and they've come a long ways. They used to have a lot of devices that would free these front ends up whenever they got out of the throttle, and then come back in whenever they get back in the throttle, and it's a complete mechanical device. There's no clutch packs in that front diff, but if he has any issues with that front end, and man, I don't know, I just can't imagine he spun that thing out by himself, because it looked like the front end maybe stopped pulling for a moment, but if that front end gives up or gets any slop in it at all when he goes back to throttle and it goes full lock, if it hesitates just a little bit, it'll turn him around.
Gives Eric Barron a little breathing room. Carl dropped back just a bit as the number 21 Rockstar Energy, Makita sponsored. Rob McCachran comes flying into the picture. Hey! Yeah. Yeah, 900 horsepower, four wheels digging up the face of that jump. Yeah, they can clear that. Wow. 4 laps to go.
Great onboard shot there from Ion, Carl Renazetter's truck. Man, I mean, that's what this track brings to, is just that incredible air. The pictures that come out of this place, I mean, they just look death-defying. Maybe they are. Go back and take a look at Ryan Beat. Ryan Beat out here has been getting it done in all 3 pro categories. Pro Light, Pro 2, and Pro 4. Ryan Beat doing a great job. Let's get it down to Aaron, who has more on the LeDuc family.
Well, thanks, you guys. The LeDuc family is synonymous with the off-road racing, and as a new father, Kyle LeDuc is reflecting on his family growing up around the track. He says he recalls radioing over to his dad to go faster, Dad, go faster, but racing has brought his family closer, and he's looking forward to his baby Reed's involvement, and one day maybe him telling him to go a little bit faster like he might be on his track now.
Big ball of flame out of the back of Rob McCachran's truck.
That looks like a shock blew apart. That looks like shock oil all over. Rob, calm, cool, and collected.
Presence of mind disconnects
might want to put
everything.
It in park, but that's okay.
It was still rolling.
It was.
Just slam it in park. And he was very calm, cool, and collected. Of course, he's looking at that one. He is the proud owner of that truck right there, so he's counting dollar signs. Got it as close to the safety guys as possible, as quickly as possible. Let's watch again. Oh, there it goes, too.
Big commitment. And we talked about using your truck up. He threw it in sideways into that last obstacle. That almost looked like the whole shock body flew off the truck. It looks like the rear end housing also moving around, so maybe a track rod involved there. And there's the ball of flames. Fire is nobody's friend.
Gas and oil out of those shocks, as you might imagine. And again, just presence of mind, window nets down, both of them. Pumper hose off, radio wires off, and then is out of that thing immediately.
A little bit of evidence there of a barbecue, but not too bad.
We'll get it fixed up, I'm sure. All right, there's a look at the top 5. We'll be right back to see if Eric Barron can pick up the win. Eric Barron with plenty of heat from the champ on his back bumper here at the Lucas Oil Off-Road Nationals, presented by MAV TV American Reel. Just a couple of laps left here in the final points round of the 2013 season. Guarantee you Renazetter would love to go out of here with a win.
Barron's had some good starts and good traction through turn number 1. It's dried up a bit. You can see the trucks grabbing the ruts just a bit. But Barron again able to gap Renazetter. Ryan Beat right there. Kyle LeDuc in the mix once again. And here comes LeDuc. He's going to be looking to the bottom of Ryan Beat.
It would be a personal best for Carl Renazetter if he could pick up this 9th win in a single season. We talked about his streak earlier, but that went back to 2012. In a single season, his best career effort is 8.
Well, you definitely know that Carl's not going to go easy on Barron. The points are already handled. The white flag is out. It's time to go to work, but Barron seems like he has the truck right now.
Barron has a rocket ship out here today, and he proved it as we go on board with Carl Renazetter. We saw him stay out in front of Kyle LeDuc, and then Kyle LeDuc was bringing some heat, but there is no doubt that Toyota is on its game here today. Keep his composure, runs wide, keeps the momentum up. It's just what works for his truck. Doesn't look like it might be the best way, but he has stuck with the program, and consequently, he has stayed out front. Through the right-hander, 2 turns to go. Rhythm section, 1 turn to go. Eric Barron looking for his 2nd win on the season, his 5th career. Here comes Carl, and Carl right down to the bottom, but never touches him. As much pressure as you can apply, and Eric Barron sticks it out and picks up his 2nd win on the season.
Wow.
What a great battle there.
LeDuc pulls it off for a 3rd place as well. Fireworks on the track and after the race. That's pretty clean racing considering. There's a lot of big attitudes out there racing next to each other, and they kept it all pretty clean. I'm sure RJ Anderson would have something to say about that from the first corner of the race, though.
You're probably right. There's probably a couple people in the back that don't feel that way, but such is Pro 4. It is a big boy class. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Lucas Oil Off-Road Nationals, presented by MAV TV American Reel, and it is Eric Barron who picks up his 4th podium.
Eric Barron managed to hold off the champion and finish in that 1st place position. Eric, congratulations, your 2nd victory of the season. Explain to us the importance of finishing off the season so strong.
Oh man, I'm just happy to win this last race. All I can say is I want to thank my family, all my kids, my mom and my dad. They're first, but this racing is hard. I mean, all the help that I get is awesome. I mean, we're just happy to be here, but your question is just pedal to the metal. I don't have any other ideas on how to do it, so it's pedal to the metal and get up on the podium and talk and go home and eat dinner. I got to thank LAT Oil, Mickey Thompson, Rancho, Performance Transaxles. I got all kinds of people to thank. So it's the last race of the year. I got Fox Shocks, I got Howe, I got everybody that's included in this whole program. Is just awesome. It's a really nice feeling to win the last race. My guys will be happy.
I'm sure they will. Great job by Eric Barron. Let's take a look at those results. Renazetter, LeDuc, then Beat, and Greg Adler. As we look at the rest of the top 10, whew, what a big year racing. Let's get it down right now and hear from 3rd place, who's with Aaron.
A wild race taking place out there, and Kyle LeDuc finishing up in this third place position. Take us through what was going through your mind. Was today all about the points?
Yeah, a little bit. We had to beat Rob Mack to not beat him, but we're in a close battle with him for second. So if I can't win first, I might as well try for second. So we did. We kind of played it safe, and then had some four-wheel drive issues like I've kind of been fighting all weekend. So fought that, spun me out. Kind of came through the pack, and then unfortunate for Rob, but fortunate for me, I saw him break. So tried to battle up to a podium again. So we were able to go about half throttle out there, but Monster Energy Drink this year has been, epic year for us. And we didn't win a championship, but we won a lot of races and a lot of fast laps, and we're respectably fast. So I'm really happy with the team, with Richard and just Kevin and Amber and my little boy this year, and Zach and everybody at the shop. And Toyo helped push us hard, and they're not going anywhere next year. So we're coming back, we're racing for a championship and more wins.
When he shows up, he is a threat, that's for sure. All right, here's a look at the final points. Carl Renazetter on top, followed by Kyle LeDuc in second place, Rob McEachran, Eric Barron, and Greg Adler. All right, let's get it down and talk to the man who's won more championships than anybody else in short course history.
Thanks, you guys. Well, I'm here with 9-time freshly crowned champion Carl Renazetter. Congratulations. 8 wins for you this season, and you just finished off the season with a second place finish, but that one didn't come easy. Take us through the spin out, and then did you think you were going to salvage it and make your way back up to the podium?
Well, I actually started on the first lap when RJ Anderson, who's never raced a Pro 4 before, was on the pole, and looks like he got a little out of control after turn 1, and I didn't quite know where he was going to go because he went up on the side of the hill, so I was a little concerned about that. And then looked like Kyle had a problem. He over-rotated in turn 2, and that was pretty incidental. But each time that happens, you lose a little bit of time, and didn't know if there was going to be a caution or not. So the race was pretty uneventful until the very end when there was a yellow because Rob caught on fire, and Eric Barron. I was like, I'm coming, and I needed one more lap. I knew if I would just get side by side with him, he'd pull me out of the final turn, kind of like at Utah. But I gave it 100%, and my team has been awesome.
Carl, coming in, the pressures of the championship were off your shoulders. Were you able to attack this race any differently than any other?
Honestly, it's the same. For me, I race the same. I race 100% all the time, and that's because guys like Brett right here, Brett Rapella, gives me a truck that I can do that with, and so we're going to do that again tomorrow in the Cup race. Congratulations to you and your team on such an outstanding season.
Yeah.
Carl throwing it down, getting it done. Well, for more on the Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series, go to our website. Of course, you can like us on Facebook, and you can get involved on Twitter as well as, hey, social media is part of the game.
Don't ask what happened, ask what's next. Join Doug Gottlieb and Allie LaForce on the late night sports show Lead Off, weeknights at midnight only on CBS Sports Network. For Rob Klepper, Aaron Bates, Cameron Steele, and our entire CBS Sports Network crew, I'm Ken Stout. For scores, highlights, features, and more, go to CBSSports.com. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.